Welcome, my butterflies, to One Hook, Two Hands. This is Sarah, the creator of One Hook, Two Hands. And today we're going to be doing our spring square, the first square in our Ultimate Granny Square source book. Now, if you've been on the channel and you've heard about what I call the disaster video of trying to record this square, not only was it a disaster video, but it refused to upload no matter which way I tried it, 8 ways to Sunday. So here I am on Sunday night at around 9:30, re-recording this video yet again. I hope it works this time and we don't have any of our problems and we just managed to do this and do it without any issue. But we're gonna see what happens, because guys, when I say I have recorded this video multiple times, I have recorded it multiple times. So we'll see how this goes. But I highly recommend this book. I'm going to do a little separate quick video on walking you through this book, but this is what we're going to be using for several of our granny squares on Mondays. And in doing so, we're going to make this spring square, but eventually we're going to go through every square in this book, and I'm going to show you real quick the pictures of those. This is the pictures of every square that this book has, and we're going to make every one of them eventually. That said, we are starting on the spring square today. Now, that said, I have tried to do this video multiple times. I did a pretty decent video, but it was just chaotic on making it this time. This time was my first mock-up of it, and it has been all over the place since, y'all. So we're just going to start from the beginning and go from there. And there is a yarn missing from right here that should be right here that is not right here. Please hold your thoughts for me, people, because wait a minute, where did my dark purple go? Well, we're off to another great start, y'all. Okay. Oh, there it is. I got it. All of a sudden I was color shy and I was starting to get a little concerned. So we are doing these granny squares out of this book. This one will be in cotton. We use a G4 0.0mm, if it'll show real well right there. I hope it is. Kind of having a hard time seeing it from there, but this is a G hook. This is the Yarnest hook. It's the one I'm using for this. And in the spring square, let's go back to focusing on the page, please. Yep. So in our spring square, the thing I love about this book is it gives you both a picture and a diagram. So if you read one or the other better, it's great for that. Over here, it tells you the name of the square, which is spring square. It's an 80 stitch square, which references the number of stitches around, which it makes two in this book, one that is an 80 stitch and one that is 112 stitch, I believe, square. And you are able to put all of these together to make one big blanket if you want, which is what we're probably going to do. Now, I'll get more into that in the introduction guide video to this book, because again, every time I've tried to, this video has gone wonky, y'all. But there are 5 yarns needed for this one, so it shows you right here that your skill level is beginner. You need 5 colors and the colors that they used. So the first one is Sunflower, which is their yellow. I'm using this butter from I Love This Yarn, or I Love This Cotton. The second is Pink Sand, which is whatever that color is. There's this Pink Sand. I am doing the just straight purple of I Love This Cotton, the dark color. Next, they did cream right here. Now, as you can see, I reversed that, except with the colors that we have here, I'm going to do my cream, which is going to be the woods color from I Love This Cotton. Next is going to be their is the green, which is their grass color. This is sage, and I love this cotton. And then I'm going to use this as my peach, or this outer edge. You see where I flipped it? If my purple, dark purple, and this purple were a little bit, if I had a lighter purple than this, I might use that here. But because of the depth of the color of my purple, I'm actually going to do it in the correct placing. And this is going to become my peach color. So that said, and it does tell you any special stitches that they use. And in this case, they use the 5 double crochet popcorn stitch with 5 double crochets, or the 4 double crochet popcorn stitch. And I'll show you guys that. Now I do one little thing different when it comes to our leaf and background row, and you will see that when we get there. For some people, it may work better to just do the color changes as they come, but I did it a little differently because it made more sense given what I know how to do. Now, to start this, you are going to start with your yellow color, which is your center of your flower. And for some reason, I'm not being able to pull out my yarn. There we go. This is starting with your yellow. You're going to make a magic ring, and then you're going to half double crochet, chain 2 8 times in that. So everybody does their magic circles a little differently. This is mine. I start it kind of like I do a slip knot, but I don't actually do the slip knot. Since we're starting with a half double crochet, you'll need 2 loops on your hook to make a starting half double crochet in a magic circle. You're going to anchor your magic circle. You're going to pull through, and there you have your 3. Because it's a half double, you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3, and usually this first one is no fun. There we go. All 3 loops, and you're going to chain 2. 1, 2. Oh, you will also need a crochet needle. I'm going to pull one down from this lot because using a tapestry one, while it works, is not the best for this project. So we changed 2, that's 1. We need 8. So yarn over into the center, pull up 3, yarn over, pull through all 3. That's what gives you a half double crochet. So if you've not done a half double crochet stitch with me yet, a half double crochet is, instead of, you start like you're doing a double crochet, you yarn over, pull through all 3 loops at once, and that gives you half the height of your double crochet. You're going to chain 2, 1, 2. We're going to yarn over into the loop, yarn over, pull through. We've got 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over, pull through. We got 4 half doubles, chain 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yarn over, pull through. This is 5 half doubles. Chain 2, yarn over. Six, 2, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 3, 2, 4, 6, 7, 1, 2. So 2, 4, 6, 7. We got to do one more half double crochet. Crochet and chain 2. That'll give us, should give us 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now it says fasten off with an invisible joint to first chain after initial half double crochet. So first off, to close our magic ring up, we're going to pull the little tail, close it up tight, and then we're going to anchor it off by tying that off. There we go. Now then, going to do an invisible join, it's going to be a little different than your normal fasten off. So I'm going to just come over here and cut a piece of yarn. I'm cutting it kind of big to show you because if you're newer, a bigger piece will probably help you. Now you knot it, anchor it. Then you take your yarn needle. And this is the way I do the invisible join because it just helps. So it says to do the first chain after your half double crochet. So I like to put it in right in here. Right here. You're going to take your chain, your tail, you're going to put it in through your yarn. And I do it that way just because it helps you usually in doing your invisible join. Now, you're going to come into the chain and put your needle, and then you're going to go into this post right here of the one which is a part of that half double crochet that it's over, and you're going to pull it, and now you have your invisible join, because now it's right over top and it lays looking like a slip stitch or part of the stitch. And then I like to, when you have it small like this, come to the back, tie these two because they're close together, just to anchor them again, and you'll weave them in eventually. But again, if you've been around my channel, you know I don't weave in until the end. And now we've got our lovely little circle that's going to create the center of our flower. And I'm going to yarn back on, roll back up my yellow, and I am now going to take my purple, which is going to be the equivalent of their pink sand, and I am going to make this little part of the flower. So it says in each space, make your first stitch a standing stitch. So this is a 5 double crochet popcorn stitch plus chain 3, and we're going to do that 8 times. So you're doing that anytime, we're doing that in any of the chain 2s that we created from the previous row. So we're going to make a standing double crochet. So if you remember, you anchor here, you yarn over, you anchor with your thumb, you go into any of your chain 2 spaces, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And there's your standing double crochet. Now you need to do 4 more double crochets in that space. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to do 4 right now, but I'm going to talk you through it a little bit better because I just realized, again, this is a how-to. You may not have done my other videos, but when you do a double crochet, you yarn over, put it into whatever it is, yarn over and pull through. So you now have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And the double look you get right here is what causes your double crochet. So now we have 5 double crochets right there. We're going to pull that out a little bit because we're going to do a popcorn stitch. So you're going to go back into the first double crochet, top of double crochet. You're going to put your hook through the sorry for bumping y'all. You're going to put your hook through the loop. You're going to tighten your loop. You're going to pull it through both. And then you're going to do a slip stitch. Now that, or chain. You're going to make a chain. Doing that chain is what closes off the popcorn stitch. It's considered a part of the pumpkin stitch and separate from the chain 3 that you're going to do next. So it's 1, 2, and 3. And now you're going to go in and do another 5 double crochet popcorn stitch into your chain 2 space. So 1, 2, yarn over and through the hole, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 3. 1, 2, and that gives us 5. Pull up a little loop, go into the first, get back through to the loop, pull over, and finish off by that little chain there. And now we chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and you go into the next one and repeat. And I will see you in just a minute. And we're back, and so as you can see, I've got the 7 of my popcorn stitches done. Chain 3, we're going into this last chain 2 space, so we're going to do 5 double crochets in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh. So we got 5, pull up, go into that first one, pull that over, pull through, chain 1 there, and then chain 3, and then we will fasten off to create our invisible join. And this book really does like the invisible joins, and I think it's worth it. You can also do an extra knot if you just feel that need for that extra knot right there. I'm always like double, triple joining, knotting when I probably shouldn't, but it's just a thing. Grab your tapestry. So you go into this stitch right here, just past the start of our bobble, our popcorn. You're gonna thread and pull it through, up and over. You're gonna go into this chain, and you are going to pull it through, causing that invisible join right there. Nice and tight. Come to the back. I'm shaky, so you'll just bear with me. Knot it off, and now we've got our little popped up flowers, right? You can kind of see them better because I know that purple's really dark, y'all. I need to get my light back over here, but anyway, there's the second row. So on our third, we are going to, so this is where we have our color changes. Now, in this one, I did it with the pink and the green. In this one, I did it with the pink and the green solid. But in this one, I'm going to be doing it with the woods and the green. So you're going to start with the woods or your neutral here. Come on. And in your standing, let's see. So in any of the chain 3 spaces, you're going to make a 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet in this color. So 3 double crochets, yarn over into the loop, chain 3 space, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, and that's your standing double crochet. Slide it down. Now you're going to make 2 more. 1. And if you feel like it would help you to go ahead and weave in the ends, you can on this. For me, it doesn't bother me as much, but there you go. Then you chain 2. Then we're going to do 3 double crochets. Now here's where the fun comes. Next it says change to yarn D. Now instead of just straight changing, I'm actually going to be doing a technique where you essentially do 2 different tracks of yarn. This will be in the front and the green will be through the back, but you're going to kind of be crocheting them at the same time. So that'll look a little different. So we're going to put that to the side for a second. We're going to come over and get our green, or whatever color you're using to make your leaf, because again, colors are subjective to what you want to do for your block, for your square. Then slip stitch on it, and we're doing a 4 double crochet popcorn stitch here. So you're going to create your standing double crochet in this next space. And I'm having one of those times where it doesn't want to go under, so you kind of anchor a little harder and kind of push it under. 2, there's your standing. Now you're going to do 4 double crochets in this space. 2, 3, and 4. Now here comes the fun part. We're going to loop up, go into the first, pull that tight, pull through, and chain 1. Now you've created your 4 double crochet popcorn stitch. This is where I say it gets fun. This is where you're going to see the 2 tracks. So I'm doing the cream in the front. So you're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to skip that all together. You're going into this next chain 3 space and doing 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. And honestly, if you want to, at this point, you can either alternate in between your greens and or your 2 colors of yarn here, or you can just do one of them all the way around and then come back and do the second one. And I honestly am just going to do my woods all the way around, and I'm going to show you that, and I'm going to show you the green, then show you how we unify them, okay? So we do 3 double crochets here. So it's 3, chain 2, 3 double crochets. We're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to skip this space and go into this next one. Do 3 double crochets. Chain 2, 3 double crochets. And part of the reason why I'm trying to just go ahead and do this is because if the more you go back and forth, the more confusing it can sometimes get. But I've used this technique a lot before in my crocheting, and so it's a lot easier to me. So then you chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to skip this one, go into here, do our 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and and 3, pull, 1, 2, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. Now here comes the fun part, because we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can either slip stitch or do an invisible join. Right now I'm doing a slip stitch because of what we're doing. I'm personally doing a slip stitch, except I kind of split the yarn. Hold on for a second. Let me make sure I grabbed all of that through. Yeah. So now I'm going to cut off, fasten off. Now I'm going to tie these two together. And so that's the front layer of what we're doing for this third row. Now we're going to go back into the green. Oh, you can wind up and get your cream away from you here. You're going to chain 10, because what you're going to do is you're going to set these 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and into 10. So you're going to chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then you're going to skip all this, and you're going to go into the skipped chain 3 space from the previous round and do 4 double crochets, or 4 double crochet popcorn stitch. So you do 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 double crochets, pull out, go into the top of this first double crochet, pull through. Got that. So now we do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to skip all that, go to the next one. One, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Skip that. Go over here. 4 double crochets. Go away, little piece. You're making this harder than it should have to be. One, 2, 3, 4. Make our popcorn. Chain 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 and 10, and we're going to slip stitch off to the top of this. Guys, my hands are shaky because this is after I had done my live and I've had nerves misfiring all day, so it is what it is. But that's why I'm shaky. So do there, cut, fasten off. You can go ahead and weave them in, or you can leave them to the end as I typically do. Y'all know my preference on that, as I've said before. So anyway, when you get done with this round, this is what it looks like. You're going to pop that out. Make sure your green leaves are popped into your holes here. See? Nice little colorway going here, right? So that's our round 3. And now we get to round 4. So this is, we're going to be using our lighter purple color. And that's can be whatever for anybody. And then what you're going to do, so you're going to 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet in any of your, starting in any of your corners. And then you're going to do a double crochet in each crochet across. Now, the important part is, because we've done 2, your goal is to go through both of these, right? So we've got our little loops on our hook. We're going to go underneath both, as you can see right here. Okay, I'm underneath both on my hook. I'm going to bring my light purple over and yarn over, and I'm going to pull through both, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the 2, and that makes it my standing double crochet. Need one more to do the 2 chain 2, and then 2 more double crochets in the starting corner. 1, 2. So this will show you very quickly how we are going to cover up the 2 different rows and join them together, right, and make them one. So now we double crochet in every stitch across, and this is a little different from the pattern because you're still going to go make sure you go through both, right? So that means going under the green, but through the front of the your cream color or whatever color you decided to use there. Now, this is where it gets a little different from our book pattern as well, because you're going to throw some additional rows into this pattern, or stitches into this pattern. You're going to do 2 through under these. 1, 2. And then you're going to do 1 under the cream, but into this top of the popcorn stitch right here. And it's just to that little left of it. It may seem like, but that's what's going to anchor it and hold it down real well and make it pop even more. So you could do that. Then you're going to do 2 in your gap space. And then you're going to do 3 and 1 in each of your double crochets. So this time now the cream is front, so we're going under the green but through the cream. And we are back to our corner where we're going to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, and you're going to continue doing that all the way around, and I will see you when I get back to the start of this right over here. And I'm back a little early because I felt like maybe I just need to show you one more time kind of what to do on these sides. So if you do it the way that I did it, which has those two sides and you're having to cover up, so when you go into a corner, you're going to double crochet twice. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over into the loop, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 2, yarn over into the loop, do 2 more, 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. And guys, this will relax out as you once you steam it and that kind of thing, because I believe I do steam to relax out my cotton squares, and I'll show you how to do that eventually. But you yarn over, go into the post here, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over. And again, when you're going through the cream, you're going underneath the green in the back. So make sure you do that because that's important. Yarn over. Next, we're going to yarn over, go underneath both twice in the little gap there. And now we're going to yarn over, we're going to go under the cream but into the green, and you can see the green right here. There's that little space that you create when you do your chain 1 to close off your popcorn stitch. That's what you're going into. 2 double crochet, then 2 double crochets underneath both. 1, 2, and then the last 3 double crochets go into the last 3 double crochets of the cream, but while making sure you're going under the green. 2 and 3. And now you're going to visible join. And guys, I probably should have done a visible join in the last round because it did make for some knots in a few places. But it still turned out okay. So just FYI, you can invisible join or not. Honestly, it probably is a better thing to do with these kind of squares. But so there's the end. So we're going to fasten off. We are going to slip this through. Then we're going to do our visible join, which means we're going to go right over here into the second one. Go through, pull that up, and you're trying to get this little bit over the top of that, and you do that by coming through this loop, going through these 2 loops, make sure your yarn's still on there, pull through, and now you've got that invisible join. Here's your 2 purples, and you tie those off to just anchor it. So again, the anchoring is just so that it does not come undone at any point later. And then we get down to our last 2 rows of according to the pattern. Now, again, I do an additional row of single crochet on every one of my squares because it looks, when we attach them later and make one big blanket out of them, we will need that. But till then, we're actually going to go in our dark purple. Come back to that. This is the equivalent of pink sand in the beginning. And you're going to in any of the chain 2 space corners, you're going to 2 double crochet, let's see, 2 half double crochet, chain 2, 2 half double crochet. So remember, you're standing half double crochet, you've anchored it, got 2 loops, pull up 1, got 3, anchor, pull through all 3. There's our first half double crochet. Now you're going to do a second half double crochet into the corner. We're going to chain 2, 2 half double crochets. And this is how you get. Next, you are going to half double crochet in each stitch across. Now make sure and don't forget this one right here, because that's real easy to forget sometimes, because your other stitches will try to hide it. But half double crochet in each one across. And again, your project will even out once we steam it. And I'll do a separate video, I think, on how to block and steam the cotton ones, because like the acrylics, you just need to block. They'll block fine on their own. They'll stretch. They'll do. Cotton, you really need steam. I'll show you how to do that. You do your half double crochets all the way across. And then in your corners, you go back to doing 2 half double crochets, chain 2, 2 half double crochets, and then chaining half double crochets all the way across, and I will meet you back at the beginning of this row. And we're back. So now we've got that first round of the dark purple all the way around, and it says to slip stitch in the first half double crochet, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to slip stitch right here, and it says to slip stitch into the chain, across into the chain 2 space, so that's what we're going to do. We slip stitched, chain 2, which counts as a half double crochet, and then we're going to double crochet, half double crochet, chain 1, two half double crochet in the chain space. So essentially 2 half double crochets, chain 1, 2 half double crochets, and then half double crochet in each stitch across, and then do 2 half double crochets in each corner, chain 1, 2 half double crochets. See you back at the other end.